Hello and welcome to All Aboard on a brand new week. Here we are, it's half term, the kids are off school and are obviously eager to have some fun for the week. Now if you are at a loss as what to do, then do keep on watching as we've got some great ideas for some board game and tabletop entertainment for the half term. Before we do begin, I just want to say thank you to everyone who came to our Lorcana event yesterday. We had a good turnout, good to see people there. Our next one will be in 4 weeks' time on the 16th of March. So if you haven't already, do head over to the website to book in for that one as well. It all counts as part of the league that we're running with an invitational at the end of the year where we invite the top players back to duke it out for the Grand Champion title. So on to this week's episode, and obviously we start with our product highlight, beginning with this week's Game of the Week. Now for our Game of the Week this week, we've gone for something slightly different, as it's not a game in and of itself, but very much an accessory, and a bit of a pricey one at that, with the Roll and Play Press map library. But however, there is a lot of value to be found in here, and it will be an investment very, very well spent for your Dungeons and Dragons or whatever RPG systems you may be running. So in this library, there are 100 battle maps in here. They are A2 size, so they are very large, highly detailed as well. They are wipe clean, so you can use your markers on them if needs be, and they will wipe completely clean off afterwards. And they run the gamut from a whole bunch of regions and locations. So you've got coastal, you've got underground, you've got deserts, you've got urban, and even within that you've got taverns, you've got temples, you've got forests. It really does cover pretty much almost anything that you might need for your D&D or other RPG campaigns. Very, very immersive as well. I've started using this for a new D&D campaign that I'm running on Thursdays, and the maps sit perfectly in for the situations that I need. And as I said, with 100 maps as well, you're not going to be wanting after this one, so it would be a welcome addition to your D&D library. And I said at £55, £54.95, you're looking at just over 50p per map as well. So when you break it down like that, you get an absolutely fantastic value for money inside this. They only arrived last week, so we do have plenty left still. So if you are after these, do let us know. We'll make sure one is put aside for you. I also have my own open copy of this, which I'm using. So if you'd like to take a look, I can show you mine so that you can see exactly what's inside this glorious tome of maps. That is this week's Game of the Week, the map library from Roll and Play Press. Now on to the rest of our product highlights, and this week, because it's half term, we're focusing on games for kids, games that can be played with the family as well. So obviously there are some kids games out there which are very, very specifically for the kids and a little bit boring for adults to play. What we have here is a nice selection that gets the parents involved, gets auntie and uncle involved, grandma and grandpa, whomever it might be, and actually gives everyone a good afternoon of entertainment. First up, we have got Dream Dragon Dream. So this is a memory game where you are trying not to wake up the dragon. So each player is given a series of cards, and each card has got a different item on it. You then are timed to, you get to look at them, you turn them over so you can't see them. You're then timed to find your items in the box. You then have to place it next to the one that you think it is. If you succeed, then you get given another card, and then back round on your next turn, you then have another card that you have to remember. If you fail in your task, then the little sleep cloud moves further up the dragon's spine. If it ever gets to the end, the dragon wakes up and the party loses. Really, really good fun though. A lovely twist on the memory match game, nice bit of suspense intensity as well with the timer, and it's a really good fun for the entire family. We got to demo this last year at Games Expo, and it was just an absolute joy to play. Really good fun for all ages. Next, we have got Gigantosaurus, the adventure game. So this one is a bit of a sort of race and chase game as you move around the board and you're trying to collect different items. You've got Gigantosaurus here as well, who can help you throughout the game. This one's sort of designed more for the a younger age, but certainly one that mum and dad can sit in on. That is Gigantosaurus. Here we've got Little Explorers. So this is an AR treasure hunt for young kids. So you, as the adult, will have bits and pieces that you'll place around the room or the house, wherever you deem it to be playing. Kids will then use their devices to scan the images, and that will bring up a image in augmented reality, and then that will help them try and find their treasure. There's a whole package in here as well if you want to do it as sort of a party theme, with loads of invitations, a few different themes in here as well, but really good one for the kids. Gets them up, gets them moving, gets them thinking as well, as they have different clues to solve, and very interactive as well. So once they bring up the AR image, they will then be interacting with it, solving clues and puzzles. Next up, I have got Dodo from Cosmos. So this is another one that initially I was like, okay, fair enough, Dodo, yeah, okay. But when we played it, we actually got around to playing it. Oh my god, it was so much fun. Another one that has a memory match theme, just like Dream Dragon. However, in this one, you have this mountain that this ball will be sliding down. Now, the ball's got like a gyro or something in it, so its movement is very staggered, so it falls very, very slowly down the boards. And what you'll be doing is you have these planks that you need to attach into the side of the mountain so that the ball can carry on going. You don't want it to fall off an edge without any plank being there. But in order to do so, you will roll the dice, and then you'll have to find that image and the tokens that are face down, and then you can place it into the tower. But you have to do it in order as well. So you have to find the right planks in order to put those in. There's also a bit of a harder mode with these two skulls here, so if you wanted to make it a bit harder, you've got more things that you need to find. But yeah, really good fun. Nice level of intensity to it as well, because even though that ball is rolling slowly, it's acting as your time tracker as well, and you'll be surprised about how quickly it's going to get towards the end of the current plank. So a lot of teamwork really needed on this one. But said very, very fun, and it will be one that you'll then want to go back and try and play again, maybe on a harder difficulty as well. That is Dodo. The next one is Miller Zoo. This is one that we just had recently restocked, and it's one that I've played several times myself. Now, Miller Zoo is a lovely ecological game where you are in charge of a wildlife park, and you're bringing in animals, and you need to treat them, you need to make sure that their daily needs are met. Any issues that arise are dealt with accordingly. So on the back here, you can see this board. You've got different locations that different habitats that your animals will go into. You have this deck of cards here, which is like a hazards thing. So that will tell you what animals are going to be taking what problems. So this animal needs feeding, this animal needs playing with, for example, so on and so forth. You'll be moving between these, trying to action different cards to solve all of these issues. And you need to do that before the deck of cards runs out. If you manage to get past the current challenge, you then move on to the next one. There's another envelope. You open that envelope, it will either give you new challenges to do with the same deck of cards, or it will present you with a brand new deck of cards. You'll be using that one instead of the old deck of cards, and that will present you a new, harder challenge as well. It's really good for people of all ages. Very simple to set up and play, and it works fantastic as an introduction to legacy and campaign style board games. On the back here of this board, there is a tracker where you place stickers as you complete various challenges, and yes, you can go back to try and complete that challenge again if you failed the first time. But really good fun. It said it is nice and simple, but it has a nice depth of gameplay in that you have to be very wise with how you're moving between the different habitats, as well as bringing in the remaining animals to go into their habitats. So yeah, just really well thought out, accessible game, easy to learn, easy to set up, but as I said, still has that depth of gameplay that allows the strategy to really come through and not be sort of overwhelmed by the rules. So that one is Miller Zoo. And then finally, a personal favourite of mine, Loot. So this one, you are all playing as the chief of Viking clans, and you have sent your Vikings out to raid and bring back resources so that you can construct your mead hall and all the different buildings in your own village. Again, another one that's a very simple setup, scales well from 2 players up to 4, and if you enjoy games like Carcassonne or Catan, things like that, then you're going to love this one. So the objective in this game is you pick one of your Vikings, you place it in the space next to an existing Viking somewhere on the board, and then you get to take that resource. There's also special buildings that you can obtain if you meet the requirements for those, and then each player has their own boards that you then add these resources to that will then help you score for your various constructions at the end of the game. Again, another one that is super accessible. There's not a lot of rules to it, meaning that as a family you'll be up and playing in almost no time on this one. The rulebook is very well laid out. Everything is super clear in there as well. Said it will probably be one for sort of the older children, sort of 10, 11 and up, but again, just an absolutely amazing game. One that the kids were going to enjoy and really get a hold of, and one that again has enough depth to it, enough gameplay that the adults around the table aren't going to be bored by it either. So that is Loot, and that rounds up this week's product highlights. So on to this week's events. So as we've been saying the last few weeks, we are still taking bookings for a new weekly group on Monday evenings. We have a few spaces left for anyone who wishes to join in as a player. We are still looking for a DM as well. So if you can commit to a weekly on Mondays, then do let us know, and we'll make sure that we get you all together as soon as possible. If, as a DM, you have a particular campaign you'd like to run, do let us know. We have a whole variety of accessories, minis, terrain, maps, books, loads of stuff that's available for people to use as well. Then the rest of the week, everything is running pretty much as normal. Obviously, we are open Monday to Friday during the daytime, except for Tuesday. So if you are looking for some entertainment this half term, the games room is open as normal during opening hours. But that about wraps up everything for this week. If you have any questions at all, then do let us know in the comments below. Drop us an email, a call, or come down to the shop and have an ask there. But yeah, that is everything for this week. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the boardroom.